Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463.
The Sphere Network. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today at advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Baptiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680.
What's up, good people? Welcome back to another episode of Technocrats. I am your host, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. Of course, you can find me anywhere online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snappity, chatting at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. And I'm blessed again to be with my main man, Jay, via Skype. Jay, what's goody, B?
What's up, good people? I'm good, man. Looking forward to closing out the end of the year.
Man.
And I can't believe it, man. We in the new studio about to bring in 2018.
Come on,
bigger
man.
and better things, bro.
Yeah, we are.
So how you doing, Gary?
You say how's what doing?
How you doing, though?
Man, stressed. Okay, let me tell you, it's a lot on my plate. A lot of things going on right now. But I'm in a position where things are changing, things are growing, mistakes are made, and at the same time, new bonds built. Things are just continuing to be perpetual, and I can't be anything but happy. And so,
Yes.
Jay, I'm just excited to be here, and I'm excited to have the opportunity, to do stuff for other folks, to open up the door for other people to get out their dreams. And that's why we built this place, man, to deliver this enriched content, and inspiring dialogue, and to hopefully empower other people's lives. So
Yeah.
I'm just chucking and, continuing to move on up this little island, this little mountain that I'm on, and just doing my thing, man.
That's great.
That's
That's
about it.
wonderful. And the audience need to know, too, that, the tech and stuff that we talk about weekly on this show is actually being employed at the studio.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
like,
so-
like I use everything we talk about. There's nothing. I just opened up Amazon Echo Spot, which just started shipping like yesterday. I just opened one up, put it at the receptionist's desk because I need to use it, and I'm gonna probably be using drop in so we could drop in and have video conferences and stuff like that. Like we literally use the tech we talk about each and every day. And so once again, and that's a blessing in itself because everybody ain't able. A lot of people talking about tech and they don't put their hands on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So we
exactly.
review a OnePlus device and we've got it in-house. We talk Apple
Yes.
products, we've got them in-house. We start talking, more in-depth stuff when we start, diving deep into networks and VLANs and mesh stuff. Like we utilize that architecture and those type of things in our facility. And so it's a great thing to not just preach it but live it. So
Yes, indeed.
great opportunity.
Yeah.
And for those that have any questions about any of the tech that we're ever talking about, remember you can just shoot us an email, technocrats@thesphere.tv, or hit us up on any social media platform at the Sphere TV. Use the hashtag Technocrats and we will definitely get with you. But speaking of which, we've got a few things that are in the news. So Jay, you ready to hop in?
Yeah, let's dive in, bro.
Let's do this. So first up to bat is something that we kind of talked about a little bit in the past, right? Every time new iPhone come out, everybody's like, my old iPhone is slowed down. It's not working right. Like things are crapping out. And here's the thing. It looks like Apple is finally taking ownership and telling you exactly why you're having problems with your old iPhone. So supposedly, Apple stating that it's because of the batteries that they have, that we are experiencing these old, how do I say, these slow down and this old feeling of boot times, of process speed, everything that you need your phone for to operate in. It's because they're deciding to slow it down, stating that because your battery is getting old, which if I can just be 100, Jay, if I can just be honest, I feel like that's some BS, man. I feel like
Yes,
that's some
yes.
BS. Now, Jay, you're an Apple user. You don't have the iPhone X as of yet by choice. Let's
Yes.
talk about a little bit from your perspective. Would you say that, one, can you confirm that you do feel slowness after a new release of iOS? And then two, do you really buy this answer from Apple? Talk to me.
Okay. First of all, iOS 11, I definitely experienced a slowdown, and any other update that came out since for it, I've experienced a lot of issues, not only with the battery life, but also with the performance of the applications. Screens have been locking up, just sliding back and forth. And no, I don't have any extra third-party or jailbreak software on my Apple device. I'm using a straight-up, pure raw source
Yeah.
of iOS 11, and I'm having these issues. And not only just that, on the 7S and the 8, of course, we know about the 10, the X. So, and that was a big game change for many people to look elsewhere rather than getting their phone because it didn't deliver. But for us buying what they are saying, what they are selling, no, I'm not. I'm not buying what they're selling because I feel like Apple had to try to get ahead of what everybody was experiencing. And it was becoming a big problem that's messing with them PR wise, I'll say. And they knew that everybody was having all these issues and effects, and it's true. Every time the new phone released, the last two iterations of releases, the phone has had a really degradation or degrade of performance. And to say this somewhat technically, okay, it could be the application and case, but I don't see it as far as a phone that's a year and a half or a year old experiencing that much of degradation and breakdown of battery cells. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
Now,
I agree. I
now,
agree. And here's the thing. Here's how I feel about it. Even if we were in a situation where the batteries in the phones are operating or causing your phones to drain a little bit faster because they are getting old, they degrade. Their batteries. This is what happens. I can't for one split second think or find a plausible or logical reason why you want to necessarily slow someone's phone down from a processing perspective instead of natively allowing their phone to work at the standard speeds. And if for whatever reason their battery is getting bad, why not just have a service to swap batteries? Now
yes.
you've upped your revenue, and then I'm not saying make it a revenue ploy, make the software as fast as possible so you can burn out old batteries. I'm not saying that, but you could offer people the option to, hey, just get a new battery because your battery is degrading. Let people know where they stand from a hardware perspective. Now I can make the better decision. Don't rate limit me, bro, just on GP because you want to slow down the operating system on my device because, quote unquote, the battery is degrading. And you're not even telling people how far down their battery has degraded. Like, even give us some metrics so we can make a even better decision. That's what it's
Right.
about.
I agree. And one thing I want to add that I think Apple really stabbed themselves in the foot on this because they are known for having the premium top tier of electronic components in the devices. That's what they tell us, right? The highest quality and the most advanced ever. Every single, well, they release the most advanced ever. But yet, for me to have to experience such a lack of performance or the drop in speed of performance in just a year or two, I'm not buying that this battery initially is even good quality as they are trying to sell to us and tell us to believe. So, Apple, by mentioning this, yeah, they were forthcoming to try to get out in front of this as the PR and say, well, so and so issue, but no, I don't agree or think this was a good move for them, and nor do I buy this at all.
No, I feel you. And it is what it is. It's one of these situations where Apple obviously has made some decisions. They've put out this PR spin, and probably at the end of the day, they probably don't know how to fix it. And if
Right.
I could be quite honest,
Right.
there are other reasons why they're doing this, and they just feel like, hey, this is the best way we can get people into these new phones because we do make hardware. Hey, I still have my iPad 2. You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
wow. Okay.
And it still functions. We use it in the studio every day. I've got a newer iPad as well that we're using in the studio, but I still got my
Yes.
old iPad, and it works. So I could understand why at some point they're like, we make great hardware, and it's hard to get people out of this hardware when it just works. So,
Life cycle. All about the life cycles.
hey,
Yeah.
for real, for real. It is
Yeah.
what it is. So, but before we move over, let's hop into our first advertisement. Pay a little coinage from the ladies over at Houston Housewives of Finance. So, did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% or more than 77 millions of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month. And 39% of adults say they don't have enough in savings. Don't become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or send an email over to info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask them how you can participate in a complimentary personal financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services. And I know that to be true because they have taken care of some financial things for me and got some legacy stuff in place. So make sure y'all taking care of legacy. Make sure y'all getting your finances right. Check out the Houston Housewives of Finance. They're definitely sow into you, and you got to sow where you want to grow, my people. You got to do that. So moving on, out of this Apple snafu, shall I say, Jay? And over to Facebook. So Facebook's been doing some great things all year. And make sure y'all catch us on next week's episode for our yearly wrap-up and review of tech. And we'll be talking about some of the things Facebook has done in 2017. But specifically toward the end of the year, looks like they've put together a deal with a music company, Universal Music Group, that are going to allow their users, their individuals, to upload songs and videos to stream across their website. Now, here's the big thing, right? So they started this back in 2015, having these conversations, and they didn't want to do the traditional route of your on-demand service. You've got enough of them. But Facebook, using what they've built, has decided to merge this content in, and we've all seen the growth of Facebook videos. And video is the new static image, from the 2016, 2017, moving through 2020. I say that to say that we're only going to get more Facebook video. And to me, this makes sense because now here's an opportunity for Facebook to, how shall I say, monetize, once again, their content in a way that is not necessarily the normal. So what I want, the biggest thing I think I want to bring forth for those that are watching us right now on Facebook Live is understand this. Facebook's an advertising platform. That's what they built. You know what I'm saying? That's how they're making their bread and butter each and every second is by advertising to folks. And if they're going to start bringing in premium content, best believe, one, they're going to have a marketing strategy to get that out to you. And then two, Facebook's going to continue to try to monetize on those eyeballs for looking at this extra content. And Jay, watch me tie this in. We just had a conversation about net neutrality, right? So Facebook's going to start bringing in premium features, which means Facebook could, if they wanted to, start charging subscribers a premium price point. Right. And then the bandwidth companies are like, well, if they could do it, we can do it. So everybody follows suit. So we got to be very careful when we see this. What's your thoughts on this, my man?
I think it's good, like I said, adds another enhancement to the Facebook overall experience. And people can legally now upload music and tell a story on a Facebook with a nice soundtrack that's licensed in the background. And this enhances a lot of the video content that gets put on these Facebook servers. So Facebook is just really taking over everything. What has pretty much all media and forms of media, and giving the user a chance to have a really customizable experience at what they do with their moments and share with their friends and family. So I think this is definitely a good enhancement, and I look forward to seeing some of the videos that's going to come with people having really good licensed music in the background telling their Facebook story.
Now, do you feel like this is going to drive you to be more tied into Facebook anymore? Do you feel like do you think this is enough to move a user away from their YouTube subscription, start moving users away from what they've signed up with Apple or Tidal or Google Play? Do you feel that coming, or do you think this is just like a one-off?
I think it may, and it depends on how it works with the other devices they plan on bringing out. Facebook, which they already have now, to incorporate and implement to the devices they have now, will integrate with the devices they have, like the headset, the goggles, and things like that, and the experience for gaming, or the Facebook VR room. If they can allow people to listen to tracks and share it together and see a video, or do some other kind of creative things, I'm thinking it may be to keep people in their ecosystem. What I believe, to answer your question, that over time people are not going to want to have to go 2 and 3 places to do content.
Yeah.
It's going to get to a point to where it's going to be 1 or 2 places, and that's it, tops, that you're going to log in and have a main subscription account to.
I hear that, man. I hear that. Well, we shall see. For those that are on Facebook right now, we want to say thank you and good night. Facebook, we try to only give you the first 15 minutes or so of the show. And that way, you get an idea of what we're talking about today. We got a lot of other stuff that we want to cover on today's show, talking about Magic Leap. We've talked about them, the AR conversations, as well as some Virgin Hyperloop conversations in our digital trends. So in order to make sure you get the rest of this show, make sure you go subscribe. So go over to sphere.tv/Technocrats. We've got a couple of options. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Google Play. Of course, you can find us on SoundCloud and Stitcher for our techie folks. Now, while you're there, make sure you share this out. Share with your family, your friends, your colleagues. Share with your loved ones. Make sure people know that you've got great content and where you can find it. And at the same time, give us some reviews. Give us some constructive criticism. We want to know how the shows are rolling for you. Last but not least, if you love what we're doing, sow into us. Sow a seed over at the sphere.tv/donate. We've got 2 options. We've got a single donation as well as a Patreon-based donation. Facebook Livers, we love you. Thank you so much. And check us out over at the Sphere. All right, let's keep this party rolling, Jay. Let's talk now. This particular company, Magic Leap. You know what's funny? I remember the first time I saw a pair of AR goggles, and I was like, these things are huge. I remember the first time I saw a pair of VR goggles, and it was virtual, but it wasn't necessarily reality. These devices plugged into my iPod. It wasn't even like an iPod Touch or Go. It was just an iPod. They plugged into my iPod. They went over my face, and they gave me like a 32-inch TV on my face.
Yeah.
And they were like $300 or $400, man. And it was for watching your color iPod that had videos on it. That's how you were able to watch it without looking at the little screen. So I had that tech, and I thought I was just the big stuff. I was on the plane with it. People were looking at me all strange. Every time I pop up, people were just staring. And I'm just trying to watch a good movie. I'm watching some James Bond. And fast forward, here we are today. Obviously, we've had conversations about Microsoft and what they've done. We've made mention of Ready Player One, the movie coming out by Steven Spielberg, in regards to the future and what that's going to be like being in these virtual worlds. But finally, Magic Leap has unveiled their new augmented reality goggles. So, for those that are unaware, we've been following this company, Magic Leap, for quite some time, who have always dabbled in the world of virtual reality and have had a very close and tight-lipped service when it came to them building out their company since 2011. They've been working on something that's very similar to what we've seen from HoloLens, but supposedly gives you that true immersion and true depth field perception and full range of viewership, that 130 degrees that you need. So your peripheral is included. Your peripheral range is included in seeing this virtual world that's overlaid on top of your real world, which is to some degree what we call augmented reality. And obviously they're using this mixed reality verbiage as well to give you a little glimpse of both. But for those that are watching us right now, you can see what these goggles look like. And let me tell you, according to the specs, these goggles are like nothing that anybody else has ever built. We're talking full computer on your face, full CPU, full GPU. The company on it, and I don't know, they never release specs per se to tell you the amount of RAM, how fast the processing speed is, the clock cycles of the GPU. But what they do say, or compares to, is like having a MacBook Pro that's literally sitting on your face. And all I know is that I'm overly excited to see virtual reality and mixed reality truly come out for 2018. I think that's going to be that year, Jay. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think this is definitely, we have three: the virtual reality, the augmented reality, and the mixed reality. And like you touched on, the mixed reality, the only one really in the game was the Microsoft HoloLens. And now we have the mixed reality coming from this company here. It allows you to be able to, what mixed reality does, allows you to be inside an environment, but you're also able to touch and interact with those objects in an environment. So say, for instance, like, I don't know if you're showing a screenshot or not, but if you want to reach out and grab a set of building blocks, you can stick your hand out and grab a set of building blocks, and actually they will interact with you with that movement of mixed reality. The virtual reality just take you into the fictitious world that you are in a total new place. The augmented reality is actually putting an overlay on the physical world that you're in. But mixed reality use some of both and take it a step further. So it's really good to see that they are really jumping into this, and they are already starting to supersede the Microsoft HoloLens, and they got into a smaller form factor. And that was one of the things we were talking about. I think last year when an SDK kit came out for HoloLens,
Yep.
how big and the juicy it was.
Yep.
And look how they got it down already to this size form factor.
Yeah, I'm loving it, man. I think it looks really good. I think the sizing is what's that. Once again, that's going to be your biggest sell. You've got to get it down, and we're still in the alpha phase, beta phase of all of this, because 20 years from now, this stuff will be the size of eyeglasses are today, right?
Right.
And so it's exciting to see this elementary growth that we're making. But we do know where this is ultimately heading, and we're gonna put another image up on the screen of this from the website, because I want people to be able to see what this looks like. So and there's they've got a African American man wearing the goggles, which shout out to Magic Leap. I appreciate the diversity there, because to me that makes sense. But my biggest thing is compatibility, right? My biggest thing is there's another one. If you keep looking, I think there's another image that shows a close-up view of the goggles. But my biggest thing is, what's that compatibility going to look like, right? Do you write this simply to work in your own ecosystem? Do you make it applicable to other ecosystems so that the utilization is across the platform, so everybody can buy in? Or will this become separate? Yeah, that was the image I was looking for. I really, really loving the way it looked. Jay, what do you think about that as far as ecosystem is concerned?
I think from this, I don't know which way it's going to go. I'm thinking they may make it where they provide the platform and the SDK, and everybody else try to put the media content to work with their mixed reality goggles, or they give you the hardware and give you the media content at the same time. Because I think people will more so want to wear this out and about, or carry this with them than the HoloLens, of course, which is more of a stationary item at this point, with your desktop and or with your workstation. This right here, I can be in some portable you can carry with you, and like you were saying, use it. You don't want to use it on your plane per se, because it's mixed reality. It's not necessarily playing certain video back, but just use it around the house, outside in small spaces. It'll be great, easy to carry for those things as well. But I think for as the ecosystem, it still need to be determined. To me, I'm thinking how would they come out with the SDK for other people to make their contact for it. But I think the biggest thing that's going to drive all of this is how these things are going to get into a store. We had a Google Play Store, an Apple Store, and Microsoft Store is pretty much dead to me. But
don't kill him, Jay. Don't
yeah,
kill him.
but if they have a very good digital content delivery system for a store where people can get those type of experiences of the games and things for various different hardware of the mixed reality, augmented reality, and the VR headsets, I think that would help everybody. So that's what I would think somebody should be working on right now, is to say, hey, I'm gonna come up with my own store where I can have all this content and it can work with pretty much all interoperability with all these different types of headsets, and you can have like a subscription fee every month. And this would be a good place to have good quality coded software and apps and things that people can experience with their headsets and leveraging some of the big key players of the phones and things such as that. Because I really think all the different headsets and things are coming out, but are you seeing a great adoptability, Gary, with this? I don't see. Do you see it?
I don't know, I really I don't know for sure if there is gonna be some great adoptability. I think probably the biggest thing would be what's the word I'm looking for? The biggest thing would probably be I want to say yes. Like I could see companies wanting to dive deep into this. I could see companies really enjoying the content or wanting to give the how do I say this? It will be a rival to the big boys, right? So we're talking Facebook, we're talking Apple, we're talking everyone along those lines. It's going to be a rival to them. What is not going to happen is it's not going to be game changing unless they fix what you're talking about, which is they've got a strong delivery system. Content is king. And to give a great example would probably be, what's the company I'm thinking about? To give a great example would be Amazon's Echo. When
Okay.
Amazon built the Echo, when they put that together, it was simply phenomenal, right? I mean, Amazon not only delivered great content on the Echo as far as the skills were concerned, they kept delivering the skills. They didn't stop. And now it's hard for anybody else to get into that market because of what they did. Am I right? So when you look at companies
Yeah.
that want to really take over and they want to come out and come out running, the best thing they could do and the biggest thing they can do is make sure they deliver not just great hardware, but also deliver great software in a package like you mix that's going to work out best for everybody. And if they can do that, if that can truly happen, then we've got a winner, you know? I'm talking winner, winner, chicken dinner. Everything's going to work in
Yeah.
that situation. I mean, do you agree with that or what?
Yeah, I do. I think they need to have it where it works with the cell phone, works with the desktop, and work with a gaming console, or you just do anything you want to do from your mobile device yourself if you want to, be creative with it. But I don't see the great, like you said, great adaptability to it. I see all these new things being released, and even some of the tech people we're around, I don't see a lot of people never using it. People buy it, but it's still not the content out there for anybody really to use it as we think they should now, since we've been talking about this for almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Do you really see a lot of people who's actually using these things?
not yet. No, and so I agree with what you're saying. Like you're not seeing that. You're not seeing people use this stuff yet. And Elijah, all you need to just switch the two cables because then okay, then you're good. What I was gonna say is you you don't have the buy-in because you don't have the software, right? So the hardware could be excellent, but if you ain't got the right software for it, it's out the door.
Right.
So I think, and we've had these talks. It always comes back to the hardware, to the software. You can have excellent hardware, and if the software is horrible, or that user interface is horrible, or that user experience is horrible, the UX, UI, any of it, if anything associated with user is horrible and it's software, it doesn't matter how great the hardware is. Think
Right.
about what the first Xbox could have been if all of the
All
games would have
right.
been great. What happened with Xbox 360, and not that 360 was that much better than the first X. Well, it was, but what really catapulted Xbox 360 was the software, right? And
Yes, it did.
so that's usually what it always comes back to. That's the reason why Windows still rules the world. It's because of the software.
Exactly.
If we could keep it a buck. So, because the hardware is not superb over Apple, but the
Mm,
software. So,
that's true. That's it.
anyway, but before we dive a bit deeper into this, this particular portion of the show is sponsored by us right here at the Sphere. So, are you starting your business or looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at the Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content, and inspiring dialogue coupled with your strategic ad is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send us an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. So, Jay, let's migrate because we beat that one up, but that's a great
Yeah.
conversation to be had, and that's something we're gonna have to talk about again, obviously, because I can't wait for 2018 for that to come out. One of
Yes.
our favorite conversations is in our digital trends, and in digital trends, we like to talk about things that are coming down the pipe real soon, right to you, to your doorstep, to your way of life, and things that can really affect you. One of those things we've talked about, which we will talk about in our wrap up show for 2018. So make sure y'all tuned in next week. Is Virgin's Hyperloop. Now, remember, it wasn't for Virgin at first. At first, the company was just out there. At first, it was just an idea. But guess what? They have just broken Elon Musk's original speed record. Jay, let's talk about this real quick. What you got for us?
Yeah, it's Virgin is who've been in the piloting game. Everyone's thinking about mass transportation, but also doing it not only environmental friendly but efficiently as well, and reaching high speeds. And so Virgin got in to take advantage of the Tesla project. They put their own Hyperloop car, and they was able to supersede and break the record that was set back in last August. They broke the record, I want to say, on the 18th, was that Monday? And the original record stood set by Elon Musk's team back in August was 355 kilometers an hour, but it was 220 miles per hour. And the new record is 387 kilometers an hour, but 240 miles an hour. So you're reaching about 20 miles more per hour that you're able to travel within a car. And you can see just from August to December, they was able to do a few tweaks in the design and the engineering, and just by doing a few tweaks in design and engineering, they was able to use the same track that was there, the Hyperloop, and Virgin on that same track. After doing those few tweaks in the design, was able to get 20 miles plus more per hour with their Hyperloop.
Man, let me say this. Houston to Dallas in 20 minutes is coming. Houston Houston to Austin for 15 minutes for lunch is coming. This is that groundbreaking technology that people need to be aware of, man, because when this actually hits, when people buy in, I mean, this will revolutionize the world. You
Yes,
know,
it will.
this is like the Model T situation because you have not just destroyed trains, but you're also aiming at planes, right? Like you're literally going after everyone. So I'm 1000% on for this, especially with the slight modification track. You're constantly upping the speed, and still, we're still nowhere near what we're gonna be able to do a year from now,
You
right?
know what you might get. You know, I'm thinking that probably in a year or two from now, they're gonna be able to get to achieve those speeds of an average jet, 400 plus miles per hour. I think they will
Oh man,
inside the Hyperloop.
I honestly think they'll get up to what Elon was talking about in the vacuum. 700-800 miles an hour. I think we'll get there. The question is, can we get there safely? And I think that's
Yeah.
probably the biggest push to make sure that from a safety perspective, we aren't going to have any issues, because that would be the one thing that could kill all of this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Is like somebody saying, "Oh, well, hey, it's not safe." Like something's
Okay. All
up
right.
with that.
What? Just one caveat before we end. Would you prefer that it be manned or AI controlled?
AI all day.
Okay.
Did you see what just happened with the energy? You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
AI all day.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah. China speed.
Yeah.
So it happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I need the computers to be in control of this one, kid.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for the Hyperloop and what's coming down the pipe, and we're gonna keep y'all abreast of this. We're gonna keep our pulse close to this particular article, because this is something you want to be in, especially from technology perspective. You want to be aware of this from the ground up. So make sure y'all stay abreast. Make sure you stay close to this, and make sure you stay close to our last sponsor of the night, and that's Elite Dental Wellness. So at Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We are committed to the finest possible oral care and overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel that they are part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable. Dr. Batiste and her team work tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. Chandra Batiste at Elite Dental Wellness by calling 713-789-8680. And if you say the Sphere, you'll receive 10% off your service. How about that one?
That's it.
Well, Jay, that's about it for this week, good sir. We got to get ready for next week's show, because that's going to be a good one. Just a nice little wrap up for all the people that have tuned in with us all year long, to just really sit back, talk tech, and give them the insights, the ins and outs of technology, so they can be empowered, man. Am I right?
That's it. That's what we do here.
That's what's up. So, Jay, let the good people know where they can reach you at, good sir.
Y'all continue to hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, and AstroTesla80. Email me at info or inquiries@astrotesla.com.
There it is. And, of course, you can reach me anywhere online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. If you got any questions about us at the show, shoot us an email, technocrats@thesphere.tv. We'd love to get back with you. This has been another great episode. We will see you all next time. Take care.